Bryan Colter here, Evolutionary Astrologer, for another horoscope report for the upcoming Cancer new moon that happens in just a few days. And I'll be spending a lot of my time discussing the nodes of the moon changing signs into Libra and Aries. The nodes only change signs once every 18 and a half months, so it's one of the biggest events of the year. And in fact, this is probably the most important video I will do this year. Before we get to that, though, quick announcement. I was recently a guest on a podcast called Ordinary Magic by Dana Fey, and you can find it on all the podcast locations out there, Spotify, Apple, wherever else she's posted, and it just dropped yesterday. So just go to the podcast and search for Ordinary Magic, and it will pop right up. I think you'll enjoy it. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the chart. So as you can see, we got the Cancer new moon. And we'll talk about that, but I want to talk more big picture here about this nodes of the moon changing signs. Just happened a few days ago, the nodal axis shifting into Aries and Libra. Simultaneously and very significantly, we also have Pluto squaring this very same nodal axis, which definitely puts a major exclamation point on this energetic shift. Now, the nodes of the moon changing signs means two things. For starters, it says a lot about the babies that will be born over the next 18 and a half months, because the south node in one's own personal birth chart speaks to past life energy, at least through the perspective of evolutionary astrology. So we recognize that the babies that will be born over the next year and a half will have distinctly Libran karma. Now, what it means to have Libran karma, it means a variety of factors. It really depends on the larger framework of the nodal structure as a whole. There's so many variables associated with that, and that goes way beyond the scope of this video here. If you want to learn more about learning the karmic signature in a personal birth chart, I do offer a class on my website, a 4-hour intensive about reading past lives. You can see a link on the screen there to my website, and you can just go to the link called School of Astrology, and you'll find it there on my website if you're interested. So that's one major factor of the nodes changing signs. Now, where we're going to be focusing our attention here is factor number 2, which this represents the collective karma that has ripened, and we're ready to work through the Libran south node energy, which we want to describe more negatively. It's like a hurdle we're trying to jump over, or a lesson we're trying to learn, or karmic energy we're trying to release and heal and get rid of the darker excesses of the Libra energy within the collective, so that we can embrace this north node in Aries, which we want to look to more positively as the karmic remedy or antidote to the darker motivations of this Libran complex. Before we discuss the Libran south node potentials, let's reflect for a moment on the last 18 months as the south node has been going through Scorpio. And Scorpio is the scorpion. And scorpions have stingers. And they're venomous. So, the venom boiling within the collective. Now, what that means is Scorpio, being a water sign, is about the subjective plane, fundamentally, our emotional world. Now, Scorpio is a beautiful sign, just like all the signs are. But since we're looking at the south node here, we want to describe it more negatively, or look at it through that more suspicious lens, so we can reflect on what we've been trying to grow beyond, which is the venom within, which is our own woundedness and trauma. And when you have a great wound, just on an individual level, in your subconscious mind, unless it's healed and actively worked with to be released and to be transformed and transmuted, it can grow rancid within our psyche, so to speak. And whenever we allow it to be expressed, it strengthens in energy within us, because that's all emotion is. It's energy. Now, we are not our emotions, but they are ours. And every time we allow those venomous emotions expression, they grow with power as we age. And sometimes they become dominant in our personality, and they become a big part of us, and can lead people to do, darker egoic expressions of that woundedness onto the external reality. So amongst the collective, we've been seeing that dark underbelly of that trauma being externally manifested. Now, this has become even more obvious as, South Node was finishing up Scorpio, as Pluto, the planet that rules Scorpio, so it's almost like we got 2 votes for Scorpio here, through a square as well, and square is a very hard angle. It's a friction-based aspect. They are much more difficult. So here you have Pluto, the god of hell, in this difficult square to its own South Node sign of Scorpio. And Pluto brings out the extremes of whatever sign it's in. And since it entered Capricorn in 2008, it's finishing up its stay in Capricorn over the next year and a half. It's really showing the darker or extreme aspects as well as the extreme positive aspects of this archetypal field that is Capricorn. Now, when we're talking about Capricorn on more worldly astrology, connecting it to the collective, Pluto bringing out the extreme dark side of Capricorn, which can be controlling energy. It can be the dark side of ambition, the dark side of the patriarchy. It's about law and order, law and rule and regulation, and the controlling of other people, really motivated by that dark ambition, greed, business, so it's related to governments and all these things. So it's been since 2008 a big power grab amongst those who have the most resources, the elite, if you will, okay? The people who have the most. Now, there's another aspect of Pluto and Scorpio where it relates to secrets. So here we have Pluto, the planet of secrets, squaring its own sign of Scorpio. As the nodes changing signs, this last hurrah of Scorpio is secrets coming to light. Secrets related to Capricorn, to the rich and the powerful, that are showing the dark underbelly, Scorpio, of the rich and powerful. Now, Scorpio is also, this is getting a little too specific, but it's worth putting on the table. Scorpio is also related to sexuality. So the dark side of desire energy is associated with sexuality and the rich and powerful, this being a major triggering event. Now, the positive expression, the extreme positive expression of Capricorn, which we're definitely as a collective invited to work with, it's the sign of integrity, of commitment, of doing the right thing, of being held accountable. So accountability for the darker excesses of this Pluto Scorpionic field is the invitation. Now, will there be accountability? I don't know. The future is probabilistic, and it really depends on the aggregor of energy amongst the collective, our average level of consciousness, whether or not we'll work with this higher octave potential of Aries energy or stumble on dark side Libra in the South Node, because now the nodes have shifted signs, and now we can look at the negative aspects of Libra to give us some clues of what we're trying to grow beyond and how we can possibly get this right. Now, Libra is an innately relationship-oriented sign, and just stating it positively, Libra can be a real sweetie pie energy. It's about, connecting with other people, building and maintaining the bridge of rapport. There's a likability factor with Libra energy. And Libra so badly wants to connect and maintain that rapport. The dark side of Libra is this sort of stagnant passivity that can create a fear-based avoidance of rocking the boat. So it's a sign susceptible to passive-aggressive behavior, too much compromise, and kind of this spineless, waffling energy that never ends up taking action. Now, over the next 18 and a half months, the collective, at least above average, will be compelled to be more passive, serving that as the stumbling block or the lesson plan we're trying to learn, because the South Node has a strong charge to it. If you take a rubber band and you stretch it out between your 2 fingers, and then with the other hand you grab the rubber band and you pull it this way, almost like a slingshot, and there's tension in the rubber band, and then you let it go suddenly, it snaps back into place. And the South Node is kind of like that. It's compelling. It wants to snap us back into that dark side dynamic. So there's a charge there. Now, the North Node, however, okay, has no charge. It's the opposite polarity point. It's nothing but a good idea. And it's very difficult and challenging and takes tremendous effort and willpower and focus day by day to reach that North Node, because the gravitational pull of this Libra and dark side is pulling us down into that. So I call the North Node the point of enlightenment in the chart, because there's so much growth potential there, but yet it's hard to do. And Aries is the classic warrior archetype. So the collective needs to become more warrior-like and less passive. And what it means to be more warrior-like is essentially more action-oriented and assertive. Now, a month or two ago, I was talking about this warrior archetypal field, and somebody made a comment down below the video that the last thing we need is people running around saying, I'm a warrior, because in his viewpoint, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was focusing mainly on the dark side of the warrior that leads to fighting and suffering and war and really nasty forms of competition. This is a prideful, egoic, anger-based, fear-based, or low consciousness expression of the warrior. Again, every front has a back. And we're focusing more on the negative side of Libra here as that compelling energy, not so much the negative side of Aries, although that can always happen. We always want to keep our eye on the higher ground. So although that comment he made, I agree with it, in part, what he was focusing on. Yeah, let's not be the prideful, angry warrior, because that will lead to more suffering and destruction. No argument there. However, he was only considering half of the equation of the warrior, which is the symbol of bravery and courage and the ability to fight in a more virtuous way, to protect the weak and defenseless. Think of the firefighter who runs into the burning building to save the child or the animal, or the police officer who rescues somebody who's being abused in a horrific way. This is not a negative expression of the warrior. This is positive. This is love-based. This is courageous. And we have that as part of the human potential. And it is so beautiful. And that's really the invitation here. We're trying to grow beyond this energetic pull of this more spineless, passive, too much compromising energy of Libra, and embrace this Aries energy, which is much more full of willpower. And then, sure, we can have goodwill within our hearts, but we actually need to have the will to do the good. We need to have the courage to take the action. But we just need to make sure we keep it in check and make sure it's love-based instead of ego-based. Now, how does the Cancer new moon fit into this? Now, new moons are about new beginnings. So always with new moons, it's a good time of the month to just check in and think, okay, what new beginning do I want to create in my life? Where can I focus my attention during these 3 days while we're in this new moon cycle to grow something new that's Cancerian, which is to say about nurturing. It's the classic healer archetype. It's about taking care of oneself, taking care of those we love. It's linked to words like home and clan and hearth. So it could be taking care of oneself in the literal home, needing some quiet time. It's like, how can I make my own home? Maybe that's a good new beginning. Make my own home a better place for rest and relaxation. This does feel like a little tender, loving care energy needed in the life in some new way that you might not have explored previously. Now, it's the classic mothering energy, Cancer, and this fits quite nicely with this intention of Aries the warrior, Cancer the mother, and what they have in common is this fierce protection energy, because mothers and warriors both have an instinct to protect others, the weak and defenseless. Okay, so It's like, what new beginning can I create in my life to perhaps protect myself, but also protect those I love? Because here we are, changing signs, pivotal time of this year, trying to get away from the passivity, more into action, but in a healing, life-affirming way to foster the growth of yourself and with others, and through this mother warrior archetype. So the season of the protector is really accentuated here. These are the core evolutionary intentions, with the goal being to expand our consciousness. Now we're about to shift to the guided meditation. I just want to say quickly, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It really helps me a lot in terms of getting the video out there for exposure. And I have said this on this videos many times, but I have a live guided meditation every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you just have to convert that to whatever time zone you're in. 11 a.m. Pacific, every Sunday, free on Zoom. I'll put the Zoom link below in the show description. I'll even pin a comment. I would love if you came, and we do a meditation for world peace every Sunday. With that being said, let's transition to the guided meditation for this video. Please use headphones for best results. Enjoy. Begin by focusing on your breath and feel the energy and oxygen come into your lungs and belly as they expand. And as you exhale, the air goes out, but the energy stays in. You can just visualize the white energy enter your body as you inhale and spread throughout your entire body. And as you exhale, see all the stress leave your body. Inhale, see yourself grow brighter, and exhale. Now focus on the big toe of your left foot. Feel like you're in the big toe of your left foot. And then concentrate on the toe next to the big toe. And then the middle toe of your left foot. The toe to the left of that. And your little toe of your left foot. And on your next inhale, move your awareness through your left foot, the middle of your foot, into the back of your foot, and place all your awareness in your left foot. And now into the left ankle. On your next inhale, move your awareness up into the left calf, into the left knee, and moving up from the knee into the thigh, and into the left hip. Now focus on your entire left leg, from the bottom of your foot all the way up to the hip. Now focus on your right big toe, and then the toe next to that, and then the middle toe, next to that. And then the little toe of your right foot. See if you can feel the toenail of the little toe of your right foot. And the next time you inhale, move your awareness through your right foot, from the front of it all the way to the back. Now up into the right ankle. Right calf. Right knee. And now into the right thigh. Moving up into the right hip. And now visualize your entire right leg from the bottom of your foot up to the hip. Now place your attention on both legs at the same time. Now focus on the entire pelvic floor. And now move around to your lower back. Move to the middle of the back. And your upper back. Shoulders. And now on your chest area. Feel your skin press against your clothing as you inhale. Your upper body expands. Try to feel your heart beat. It's very subtle, but tap into the pulse of life. Now move your awareness down from the chest into your solar plexus area and your lower ribs. And now into your stomach area. And focus on the point in the very middle of your abdomen. Now move up to the right shoulder and begin to move your attention down through the right arm to the right bicep and tricep area. Now the right elbow. Right forearm. The wrist. And the right hand. Focus all your attention in your right hand. Now move your attention up to your left shoulder. Left bicep and tricep. Elbow. Forearm.
wrist and left hand. Now move your attention up to your neck area and feel the front of your neck. And do your best to not swallow. You might have that impulse as you focus on your neck area. Try to stay completely still. And around to the back of the neck. Both ears. Move up the back of the head to the top. And try to feel your hair. Now towards the forehead. Eyebrows. Eyelashes. Eyelids. And your eyes. Try to focus on the nerves that go from the eyes into the center of your brain. Now focus on your nose. And your cheeks. Your upper lip. Your lower lip. And your chin. Now focus on your mouth. And your teeth. And finally your tongue. Feel your awareness spread now through your entire body, and feel your entire body all at once. Now focus again on the heart center. And visualize a pink nebula in and around your chest. And you can focus on your spiritual heart. Not on the anatomical heart, but the spiritual heart, which is in the very center of your chest, but a little bit to the right. That is the center point of this rosy pink nebula. And each time you inhale, see this pink nebula grow as bright as you can. And as you exhale, the air goes out, but the energy stays in. Combine this visualization with feelings of peace. Try to feel what peace feels like within you. Now feel joy. What does joy feel like? Keep visualizing the pink nebula as you feel these high consciousness emotions. Now feel compassion. Feel empathy. and see this pink color go as brightly as you can. Move your attention up to your head area now. And visualize a white gold nebula in and around your head. And each time you inhale, see that golden color go brighter and brighter. And as you exhale, the air goes out, but the energy stays in. This is the center of your thought body. All your thoughts quiet now. You're empowering creative thoughts, healthy intentions. And inhale again and see this golden color go brighter. And as you exhale, the air goes out, but the energy stays in. And hold this visualization for a little while. Now focus on your breath again. And as you breathe in, feel etheric vitality fill your lungs and extend throughout your body. The oxygen is contained in your lungs, but the etheric vitality spreads throughout your body. You can visualize it as a white color. And through your breathing, a light is kindled within you. With each in-breath, this interior light becomes more and more luminous. And as you exhale, you see darkness from within leaving you. The light continues to radiate, and your entire body is now glowing with white light. See the light continue to expand around you and take the shape of an egg. This snow-white egg surrounds you evenly on all sides. Breathe in the white light and see the egg grow brighter and brighter. And as you exhale, the air goes out, but the energy stays in. You continue to breathe in this white light. You are clean, healthy, and energized. Wish good health to your physical, emotional, and thought bodies, as well as your present-day personality.